Guys, gals, and fellow gender non-conforming pals, welcome back. My legal name is C28, and new class has started. Project and Portfolio 2. Yeah, the second one, sequel. So we finished up the last class, Principles of Electronics, and I meant to shoot a video log for that, but didn't get around to it, so I'm going to shoot that now. So to sum up PoE, we had our final 2 tests of the class. So we had our lecture final and we had our lab final. The lab final I did very well on, very well indeed. Boom, as you can see, 100% on that. And they give you these things way in advance and show you the answers way in advance. So me showing you that literally isn't cheating on the test unless you're taking the test actively right now, and the cheating is you on your phone. So yeah. Now if I were to flip any more pages into it, then that would be probably a little bit of a test compromise. But yeah, the polar patterns and stuff, that I can show you that's just stuff they show you all the time, like, don't get this wrong on the test. Oh my god, please don't get this wrong on the test. But I got 100 on the test, which I'm happy about. So that lab final, we did a few things. We did some calculations. We did, of course, those diagrams. We did some measurement, and we did some maintenance. So I guess I can go from the start of the test to the end of the test, explain all in all what it was that we did. So from the very beginning, of course, we have those magnetic field line things that we're doing. So seeing, showing the direction the magnetic field moves around a bar magnet, a coil, and a current carrying conductor. So after that, I'll move this off screen. We then have some Ohm's law stuff to go through. Again, this test is open to you the second you join. You can look at the test that you're going to be taking, and it's not a mystery at all. You're supposed to look at this test before, so you know you'll pass it when you take it. So we get 2 resistors, and we measure the value of them and document it. We then do some calculations to determine the series and parallel resistance. We then use a breadboard to get the actual series and parallel resistance. And that page, I got 100 on. But that's a very simple one. Just using your DMM in ohms mode to determine what the value of the 2 resistors is. Next, you apply the actual values to a diagram showing a 9-volt DC power source. And you want to calculate the amperage. So whatever you had for your 2 resistors, you plug that into your equation, the whole little E equals I times R, rearrange it as needed, and you find it yes. Then we have a light bulb, and we have different light bulbs for the practice day versus the test day. On practice day, you're going to get a 60 watt bulb, which is common. On test day, you're going to get a different one. I'm not going to disclose what the wattage is, but you will get a bulb with a different wattage, and you have to calculate based on that. So you calculate the amperage based on the wattage, and then you actually measure it with a clamp meter. So pretty easy there. Then there are, let's see. 2 more things of measurement, and the rest is construction. So the next thing you're doing with measurement is you are doing your crossover test. So I showed you the video of that, where we have the crossover, and we're testing to see which of the channels are bad. And there are going to be 2 channels bad on them. Of course, I can tell you this because they tell you this. It's okay. And once you find your 2, you just circle them, and you get 5 points per one that you get correct. And then final thing that you're going to do measurement on is a printed circuit board construction. So we make a little printed circuit board, and in fact, I have that printed circuit board. Let me pull it up. This is the little printed circuit board that we made. Wow, there. And all it does is this. flashing lights, uses some transistors and capacitors and resistors and diodes to get yourself a flashy little circuit. Main control, that's coming, of course, from your transistors, and then your capacitors are allowing the voltage to continue going into your LEDs as power swaps off. Then they're oscillating at different patterns controlled by that transistor. Yes. So that's that. You're measuring your resistors, you're measuring your LED, and you're measuring your capacitor. So ohms, volts, DC for terminal voltage, and farads. Then you measured on build quality, so you're soldering. And then finally, last part of the test is you're going to be doing an XLR cable and repair. So you're going to chop off the end of an XLR cable, and here, I can put my test away now, so that's it. Where is that? There's that. Oh, no, that's not it. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is what I did. So I chopped the ends off of this, and let me actually show you my work real quick. Okay, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I need a screwdriver to open it, and I don't feel like getting one, so I'm not going to open it. I know at first, right? I don't feel like opening it, so I'm not going to. Yeah. You should know what it looks like by now. I've shown you. But I did that, and I actually did some upgrades on it. So apparently there's an old standard for grounding where the case itself has the ground wire attached, which is, well, stupid dangerous, because it's not part of the circuit to begin with, so there's not a reason to ground it. It's not picking up anything, so why would you put the ground there? No idea the reason why people did that. I assume they thought it made it safer, but no, that actually makes it more dangerous, because any fault current now has the potential of going to the part that your finger touches, which is not outstanding for your finger. Yes, don't do that. Don't put your ground to the shell of your XLR. That's a bad idea. It goes to the ground port. There's one pin, goes to pin 1. That's all it should go to. So I also went on the female end of the cable and yoinked off that bit. Yoinked off the extra ground on the chassis, and now it's a safer cable. I actually upgraded my cable and added more solder, because the manufacturer who made that cable did a honestly shit job with constructing it, and they have like little dabs of solder, like tiny amounts. If you bang this thing, I'm sure the solder would come off. So put way more solder in it, and now it's more secured. Yeah. Hi there, sorry to interject, but I forgot one thing beforehand. Also, I did not give this microphone time to warm up, so it sounds a little funky right now. So I suppose you get that sound, you get to hear how the microphone sounds when it's not warmed up. Yeah. But the thing I meant to show you was I had Suffering hooked up to an analog oscilloscope at the end of the test. So when I completed the test, saw a little analog oscilloscope, and I was like, wait a minute, I want to check that thing out. And I got the audio from Suffering and recorded that. And yeah, it just looked really cool. So I wanted to show that real quick before, you know, saying all this stuff with the test is over. So here's that clip real quick. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. So overall, why PoE? Why would you take that class? What's the point of that class? Well, for graduation. But the better answer is so you don't demonetize yourself with electricity. That'll be bad. That'll be very bad. You don't want to get demonetized by electricity. So it teaches you how to safely approach electrical circuits and critically think about what's happening. It teaches you the relationships between all these concepts of voltage, current, of your, grounding systems within electricity. Why they're set up that way. What routes does electricity take? How does capacitance? How does resistance? How do all these things affect your circuit? When you can understand how they relate to each other, you have a more fluid and fluent understanding of electronics, and you are able to be a safer engineer, as well as just a higher quality one. So that's good. I don't think I could say much else. I think that's, I mean, I could say much more. I don't think I could say much else to sum up the class other than that. It makes you competent in what you're doing and confident in what you're doing safely. It's great. And I mean, the fact that I bought a whole soldering station should tell you something. I have a whole soldering station to my left here, which I've not bought so much expensive equipment before. Not for the class, but for myself after going through the concepts in the class. So I think this is my favorite class so far. I'm definitely going to be jumping in the labs. Yeah, it's brilliant. Pro. You got some pretty good classes. I appreciate it. So this is indeed one of actually the show pro classes, but it's very, very, very relevant to recording arts. But show pro's got some cool classes, I will say. That does it for PoE. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Brent, you were awesome. Thank you, our lecture instructor. And secondary lecture instructor Keith, you were awesome too. And also to John and Craig, thank you for being awesome people and helping out with the course. It was really nice. If you're taking the class soon, you're going to enjoy spending some time with these people. They're quality. Also, be wary of dropping items. That's an inside joke. You'll find out later if you drop something. Yeah. So today, what happened today? Today went into Project M Portfolio 2. I don't have a whole lot to say. I've got a lot written down here. Actually, not as much as I thought. But Project M Portfolio 2 is all about setting up and managing live event systems. So, with live event setups, does that language, that English make sense? Hopefully it does. So the whole thing is culminating to a final project where you work in your lab group, and it's all one lab group for everyone, where you are doing different positions within the live event, from cameras to lighting to the actual talent to front of house mixing, all these different roles. You get people assigned to them based on who wants to do what. It's not assigned by the instructor anymore. It is, since it's a team effort, you decide who gets what role. And that's going to be very nice, especially I feel confident as the talent. As much as I want to do the front of house mixing, I feel I'd be best suited as the talent to read off, it's basically a script. So we're doing a little video essay on I think live event production, or we're doing it on a full sale Hall of Famer. I forget exactly how it works, but I'll find out more as the days go on. I'm pretty sure it's about a Hall of Famer. And then, yeah, we're just chatting about them. But as you can see from my my camera presence, I'm a little goofy here and there for YouTube. I'm all right with that. But I'm not reading off of a script and speaking like this. No, I'm more fluid. And even if I was reading from a script, I could do that just fine. I mean, if I were to read the syllabus here, I could read that fluidly and fine. Syllabus. The Project M Portfolio 2 Audio Arts course combines hands-on learning experiences with summative and formative portfolio assignments. In this course, students will apply the basic concepts of audiovisual production for live events and meetings. Not the Project M Portfolio 2 Audio Arts course combines hands-on learning experiences with... No. You gotta have character when you do it. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, flex, I can speak. No, but it's like, there's a way to read things and not be a bloody robot. Now, I will say that was not outstanding because I was just like, oh, no time to prepare. Quick, go! But if I had more time to prepare, of course, I could like actually give high quality stuff as opposed to hype myself up and then giving myself like 3 seconds to turn over to the screen and look. And reading whatever's there. But anyway, the main things that we went over in class are the history of AV stuff, audiovisual. So starting actually all the way back, earliest thing, the 1890s, the earliest form of film. Now it's not audio at this point, but it is visual. But then we start to get audio in the 1920s. So you get film and audio together, merge into a happy marriage of AV. And then you get the dawn of cinema and live events. Now we can do audio perfectly. Now that's not true. Live events have been happening for ages, but with AV equipment starting to show up. Then it jumps over to the 1940s where history, World War II, has amped up AV equipment. Lots of time and effort going into training and audiovisual videos being a prime way to train troops. So lots of training. In fact, Disney is a primary contributor to that. So there are a lot of wartime videos that you may have seen. A lot of people making fun of, like, Donald Duck as a maintainer and making and whatnot. I'm going to have to censor that word, but you know. In fact, a lot of maintenance squadrons within the United States have Donald Duck as their little logo. I know that was the case for the 6th maintenance squadron has Donald Duck as their little logo. See if I can put a thing on the screen. Yeah, so the 6 AMXS got Donald Duck. Yeah, going further into the 60s, we have the Public Broadcasting Act creates PBS. Now there are platforms on the air for people to pull out with their antenna. I don't know if you just want to get like some copper cable, jam it in your TV, and now you got an antenna. I did that literally last night, and I found that there's a station for BBC and Doctor Who, and now I'm going to be watching that. That's fun. You can just do that and take the stuff out of the air with a copper cable. Fun. Very fun. And then things just reform into something more, I don't want to say corporate, but organized from the 80s to modern day with you get all these different companies and associations conglomerating into what is now known as AVIXA. And AVIXA, from what I understand right now, is essentially an audiovisual association for the United States only that handle the standards and protocols, codexes for everything, making sure AV stuff bloody works. Did we go much into anything else? No. We did a little bit of revision going over different directions for stage. So, you know, upstage, downstage, stage left, stage right, offstage, house left, house right, front of house engineer where they can be placed or not placed within the area, just hidden. Could do what's called mobile operations. Have an iPad. Still, you got a console somewhere probably. But that was it. And then lab today, I got no videos, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I meant to get a video. I didn't. But we were doing setup. So the setup we had was we had a little curtain situation. I forget what they're called officially. Drape. I think it's like pillar and drape, something like that. But basically a curtain. We were setting up a curtain for a little stage area that someone would be presenting at, and then we set up loudspeakers left, right, and monitors for them. And we were also messing with the cabling, so using gaff tape to tape down your cables into nice, neat 90-degree angles. And whoa, it looks nice. Like, we had some pretty decent cabling, we were pretty happy with it in ISP, but oh my goodness, corporate events look so cool. I love the way the cables look. They're really nice. And I got really lucky. I got a really awesome lab group of some people I remember from my previous class, some new people that are also awesome. And it's going to be a pretty awesome month. I'm looking forward to working with everyone, and I think we're going to make a really awesome project that I cannot wait to share here. It's going to be nice. Assuming I can get permission from everyone else to present it. I don't want to have that be an issue, but I suppose I only need authorization from the talent. So whoever that is, hopefully, if it's me, it's gonna be easy. But I don't know, hopefully someone else is okay with me putting them on YouTube, chatting and giving a presentation, and just like, this is what they did, boom, and yeah. So that sums up today. C2A business. I'm gonna be dead honest. Nothing. There's nothing new. I'm doing the same stuff. I'm still working on mixing stuff. I'm still working on plans for new videos. I am picking the winner this month. The 1,000 subscriber special. The person who's going to get the SM58. The person who's going to get the Beats. Same person. But those 2 items going to be shipped off. I don't care where you are around the world. You can be in Australia. I'll send them to you. You can be in some crazy place. We'll find a way to make it work. Yeah. If you are in Point Nemo, I think that's an exception. I'm going to ask you to find Society, and at that point, then I will ship it there. But I will not be shipping it to Point Nemo, unless there's like a way I could do it for less than like $1,000. I don't know who'd be willing to just be like, yeah, ship it to Point Nemo. Like, nah, you're daft. What do you want to airdrop? That does it. There's nothing else. So if you enjoyed today's content, you can of course subscribe, and YouTube will happily give you more content like this from myself and other creators. If you super duper enjoyed it, you can join, become a Control Voltage, and you will get access to the Discord server, chat with fellow Control Voltages and I behind the scenes. Also, behind the scenes content showing you stuff on what I'm doing outside these regular videos and just the other fun episodes I release. You'll get early access to videos, and we'll do some more stuff down the line as well. We have a members only live that we're planning to do this month. I'll probably do it sometime around when I pick the winner. So expect next week or the week after to be pretty fun, full of fun stuffs. But other than that, that's it for you. I hope you all take care of yourselves. God be with you. And goodbye, YouTube.